Tim Pancakes.
Hello everybody, Tim Pancakes here, and today I am doing a speed build. This is it's not a starter home because I think it's like 80,000 simoleons, but it is a small family home. It is a 2-bedroom, 1-bath home, and I am using the Spooky Stuff pack and base game for the build. Just to kind of celebrate Halloween season. So this is a longer build. It's probably going to be about 25 minutes or so once everything is said and done. And I definitely could have edited it down a little bit, but honestly I have a bit of a headache right now. I didn't get a lot of sleep, and I really wanted to get this edited and posted because of, the holiday coming to a close tomorrow, and I figured, posting spooky day type builds in November just wouldn't feel right. So I'm going to power through and get this edited and posted for you. So just to kind of talk a little bit about the build, this is being built in Forgotten Hollow. So of course, if you have the Vampires game pack, then you could just place this slot right here. However, it doesn't use any vampire build and buy items, so it should just be the Spooky Stuff and base game. But I thought this would be a fun world to build in because I never spend any time here, so that is what the background is. But you should be able to place this slot in any of the base game worlds that it would fit in. Of course, the shape of this one is more horizontal than we're used to, but that should be fine. So, honestly, I didn't really love the look of this build. I kind of came up with the floor plan, and I knew that I wanted it to be 2 stories just because I haven't really practiced too much with 2-story builds. As I mentioned in all of my build videos, I am a bit of a beginning builder. I usually just download houses from the gallery and move my Sims in and customize them, so it's been fun stretching my building muscles. But here I'm just gathering all the items from the Spooky pack, and I'm going to call it a Spooky Day Stuff pack. I've already done it once, but I'm gathering all the items. I really wanted to try to find a spot for every single item, which I did do, so that was great. Most of them are going to be in the main living space, but I do sprinkle a few items throughout the other parts of the house. So first I kind of got the floor plan done, then I dropped all the items, and now I'm just kind of tentatively placing some of those, and then I'll move forward with more of the fine-tuning of the build. But there weren't as many items as I thought we would be getting in this pack. There's about 33 items, I believe, and the vibe for this house is basically that it is a small family and they are throwing a spooky day party. So I was able to utilize all the items that came with the pack just because I'm setting it for a party, which, I mean, really, the pack should probably be called Spooky Party Stuff, but that's beside the point. So I got creative with some of the wallpapers, and up here, there are 2 daughters in this family. I did do a speed cast video a few days ago, which focused on the Samhain family, and this is a house for them to live in. So there are 2 daughters. There's a teenager named Ricky and a child named Tabitha, and they are polar opposites, kind of like Angela and Lilith Pleasant, except they're not twins. So Ricky is a bit more alternative, a bit more punky, a bit more, finding herself, likes dark colors, and maybe she's a bit moody. Your typical surly teenager, and she likes black. And then Tabitha is just a bright and energetic child, so she likes bright color and fun and activities. So having them share a room, it was kind of fun to basically split it in half and try to showcase their 2 personalities without overwhelming the space. So here on the first level, I'm just kind of finishing up placing some of the flooring and walls. I didn't realize that not argyle, what is that? Just a chevron. I didn't realize that chevron carpet came with this pack, because I do like that carpet, and I wish we had more carpet options. So I guess I'm really glad that this pack did deliver one for us. And there are some neutral swatches that you can totally use in other builds. I had no idea that that swatch or that item came with this pack until I started building here. So here the kitchen is coming together, and I kind of, for the house, the look of the house, it's an older house. I mean, I wanted to use the spooky stuff wood paneled walls, and so it's kind of like a shack sort of, but just an older house. And then I figured the fixtures, like the kitchen and the bathroom, would probably be a bit older. And then I would just update it with some of the furnishings and some of the decorations, since it is a younger family. And so I'm just putting together the kitchen floor plan. And what happened here? Oh, I ran out of money, so I had to actually kind of pause myself and go back to the family that was already placed on the lot to give them more simoleons, because I wasn't able to afford anything else. And so I was like, well, I am not trying to do a starter family or anything like that. I just want unlimited funds. So I threw some more cash at them and was able to come back in and finish. Right here in the little eating nook, I was worried that the Sims wouldn't be able to access the table, but they do. There are 4 chairs, and all 4 of them are able to sit. I don't remember if I leave that little china hutch there or not. I feel like I move it. Oh, I do move it. Yep, I do. And right now I'm putting it right there where it goes. So, I know that with an older house like this, it really wouldn't be an open floor plan. I think that the living room would be a defined space. The kitchen would be a defined space. There's no dining room in this build. That's why I just have that little breakfast nook there. But here I did just go for the open floor plan anyway, because since I do want this set for a Halloween party or a spooky day party, I wanted it to have a lot of room for the Sims to move around and everything. So it's not really, I guess, realistic in that sense, since it is an open floor plan on the first floor, but that is okay. Hopefully you can overlook that. And I really honestly have to say, I love all the items that come in this pack. I would like there to have been more items, but what we got, there were a lot of swatches for each of the pieces, and they are all just a lot of fun. I think that, you know, they were nicely done. I think that the other thing I can say about the items in this pack is that they are pretty exclusive to like a spooky day party. I don't know how often I would use that couch with the ghost or, you know, some of these decorations unless I was celebrating Halloween in the game. But they are a lot of fun for what they are, even if they aren't super versatile for the rest of the year-round gameplay. And I didn't clutter the house up too much. I wanted to kind of keep it simple and streamlined, but I also really wanted to strive for a lived-in feeling as well, because I never like it when I download a house from the gallery and it's just so stale and there's like no personality. So I did want to add a few touches just to make it feel lived in. In the living room, I kind of struggled with where to place the TV, because I really liked that orange table being against that wall. I kind of thought maybe that was like the wall where they put the food out or something during the party, and but the couch being where it was, I really wanted the TV to be in front of the couch, and it just didn't work to have the TV and that orange table both in that corner, which I'm struggling with right now. So I do move it out to the foyer and abandon the idea of a buffet table. I guess they could always have food out there as people are walking in, but I figure I'll just use the counter for parties and things like that. I haven't actually thrown the spooky day party yet, but I have played in the house for a few sim days just to make sure that all the routing works and everything functions okay, and that's fine. I just need to actually throw a party, but it turned out that it was Winterfest in my game, so I moved to another household just to play through Winterfest, and now I'm going to go back when I finish this voiceover. Well, actually, I'm probably going to go back to sleep, but next time I play the game, I'll go in and do an actual party. I liked to try to drop in some base game items that kind of worked with the vibe I was going for. So like that stack of crates, I don't know. I just kind of thought that was a nice decoration for the theme that I was going for. It's not really at all, but I thought it fit nicely. I don't know why. And like I said, I tried to sprinkle the items so they weren't just all dropped in one room, but a majority of them are there in the living space, and then a few items outside, some items up in the kids' room. In the bathroom, I had those two wall sconces, which I just thought were kind of fun. I figured that maybe those are obviously seasonal; they're not up year round or anything. And I really thought that it was easier for me to build this house having the family in mind, which is why I wanted to create the family and create a sim first so that I could build this house um, kind of geared toward that specific family. So I talk about it in the Speedcast video, but the mom, whose name is Aggie, is just a enthusiast for the holiday, and so she's the one throwing the spooky day party, and the family is just kind of buying in. Although they aren't complaining, they enjoy it too. And so she, decked the house out, put up that wallpaper, is going to make the 3 new recipes that came with this game. I put the stereo out because I thought that would be important. If I'm having a party, I need to make sure that I have music. So that's why the boombox is there on the counter. I kind of figured maybe that doesn't always live there, but they bring it out of storage for the party, or maybe it's up in the kids' room normally or something like that. And then Herman, the father of the family, is a school teacher. I ended up picking that career for him when I was just doing some gameplay to test out the house. And so, because I don't like this, but I usually make teachers women, or make women teachers. So, I don't like that. It just happens naturally, probably because I always had female teachers growing up. So, even though I wanted to be a teacher, I went to school to be a teacher. So it's not like I think it's a woman's job or anything. I just, for some reason, naturally gravitate toward making my female Sims teachers. And so I really thought, okay, here's an opportunity. Let's make Herman a teacher. And he is, a really nice guy and a family value sim, and probably really loves imparting knowledge. And I bet you that he is definitely not the most exciting teacher, but I think that his students really love him and like his classes and find them engaging. And, he's a teacher that the kids always come back to and visit after they've moved on in future years. So that's kind of the vibe I went for the dad. I feel like maybe in his classroom, he, obviously runs the show, but at home, he kind of steps aside and lets Aggie, make the decisions in terms of decorating and everything. And I, I'm doing the parents' bedroom right now, and I felt like they are a younger couple. I mean, they've got a teenager, so they're probably not that young, but it's not like they were teen parents themselves or anything. But I felt like, for some reason, the parents just really gave me this kind of old, classic feeling. And so I'm using definitely kind of more older, more vintage base game items to decorate their space here. Like that older chair and everything. And, the pattern. So of that carpet. So I don't know. It doesn't. It just felt right for them. And then the kids upstairs just had a little bit more freedom in terms of their decoration, I suppose. But in the bedroom, it's a pretty good sized bedroom. So I kind of turned it into a seating area, a little office nook with the desk, and then the bed. So it's a nice little getaway for the parents. And then I love that I have the access to the bathroom off of the bedroom as well as off the foyer. So there's only one bathroom in this house. But I don't know, having the multiple access points just felt right to me. As I'm sitting here, I'm trying to decide what I want to eat. It is about 5 o'clock, and I just slept for a few hours. I do have to work the night audit shift at my hotel tonight, and so I'm going to try to sleep another hour or so, but I also need to eat. But I wanted to get this video done, too, because I knew that if I just slept, I wouldn't be able to get to this before working, and then it would go up later than I wanted. And so, yeah, I'm just kind of combating a headache and hunger and tiredness, but I couldn't sleep. I was too anxious because I just kept thinking, like, oh, I have to get this video done. I want to get it posted. And so I couldn't sleep. I laid there and I tried to listen to, like, quiet spa music to fall asleep and soothe my mind, but that didn't work. And I just kept thinking, I need to edit the video. I need to edit the video. And so I pulled myself up and here we are. But now that I'm doing it, it feels good. And to kind of pass the time earlier when I was doing a little bit of offline editing, I guess, I started watching the live stream for the new Snowy Escape pack. I keep wanting to call it Get Snowy, which is fun, but not right. But so I started watching that live stream, and I didn't get very far before I needed to start the voiceover, and I didn't want that playing in the background, so it is paused. But I just have to say, I am so excited for the Snowy Escape pack. I think it will be amazing. It looks like we're getting a lot of cool features and a lot of great items and multiculturalism. I don't know. I am so excited. It cannot get here fast enough. I think that it's going to be one of my favorite packs for sure. But anyway, now I'm up here in the kids' room, and like I said, the sisters are sharing the room, and they get along. They're not bitter rivals or anything. They just don't really share any similar interests. And so, the right half of the room is Ricky's side, and so she put up that spooky ghost wallpaper as an accent wall. And then I think maybe she didn't want the bright spider webs, so she just covered that wall by her bed with newspapers and other things. I really love that swatch. And so that's her side of the room, and I tried to kind of stick to black and white and, I don't know, rougher items. And then I like that base game polka dot wall, and I use it a lot. I really need to probably scale back and try to find other things, but I've never used the black and white one before. I've always used other colors for kids, always for kids' rooms. It's always a kids' room. It's just a fun wall swatch, but I've never used black and white before, and I thought, well, here's a good chance to kind of make that work. I mean, here I've got, you can see from this angle the two different wallpapers that are black and white, and then the carpet, which is that chevron black and gray pattern. And I mean, I think that it kind of works. There are three black and white patterns, and they're all very loud patterns, but I felt like they kind of worked together, and it's a kid's room, so really anything goes, I think. So I gave her a computer, and then I really wanted to give Tabitha some activities, and I love that dresser. I don't remember, I keep it, but it's hard to fit it in. Because I wanted to give her the arts and craft table. I felt like with the holiday, she can do like fall crafts and things if you have seasons. And then I've never used that wizard chemistry set before in any of my builds or any of my gameplay. I've never used it. And so I thought this would be a perfect build to drop that in. Apparently, if you use it with no skills, you can start a fire. So, a little bit of an FYI piece of advice for you: make sure your child. I don't even know what skill they build actually. If it's not motor, maybe it's probably knowledge or something. But my Tabitha had no skills, and I went up and started playing and started a fire. So that was fun. I wanted to give her that set for sure, and then I wanted to give her the dollhouse, and normally I size them down, and I probably could have still done that here, but I feel like I always size them down, and so I just wanted one time to put the dollhouse in as is, and I thought that big Victorian manner just kind of worked with this being a older house itself, and something about it. I just really wanted to be the big dollhouse, and so I kind of kept going back and forth between the two sides. I'd find an item and be like, oh, this would be great for Ricky, so I'm going to go over and drop a few clutter items there, and then I'd find another item and think, oh, that should be on Tabitha's side. So I do go back and forth, and hopefully it's not too distracting for you. But yeah, I threw a lot of posters up on the wall for Ricky, and then Tabitha, I thought I'd give her a poster too. And now what I'm doing, like I said earlier, I didn't really like the look of this house. I'm not a good builder, but you know what? Apparently, putting a porch on things is like the secret weapon, because I knew I wanted the porch, but I'm like, I'm gonna deal with this later. I wanted to get inside and start building. So I got the house shell, and then I just went inside and went to town. So now I'm back outside doing a little bit of landscaping, and put that porch on. And I have to say, adding the porch just turned this house around. I thought that it made it look a little bit more legitimate as a house, rather than a beginner builder. So I mean, I don't know if you agree or not, but I was proud of it afterward. And so I got this porch on the front, and one thing I noticed is, you'll see it in a moment, once I get the roof on, there's like a white layer. It's like the ceiling, I think. And I don't know if I'm supposed, but that piece right there, I don't know if I'm supposed to delete that or if I'm supposed to color it or something. But once I put the roof on, it still kind of shows, and I didn't love that, but I didn't really want to fight with it either. So maybe there's a way to get rid of it or make it not look bad, but I don't know what that way is, if there is one. You'll see it here in a moment once I finish with the roof. But yeah, just adding that porch and adding that roof on it, just, I think, completed the silhouette of the house, or not really the silhouette, but just completed the look. It looks like an old shack now, an old house. It's not really a shack. I mean, it's a 2-bedroom house, 2 stories. So I don't know. Maybe it's not. It's unique. We'll just call it unique. And then I cut it out, but I added. Oh, I thought I cut it out. I guess I didn't. But I add the side porch here as well, because I wanted to put the pumpkin carving station out there. So I add that, and then I throw on a few trees and call it good. So that is the build. I'm going to be cutting to the screenshots here shortly, so I will just say happy Halloween. Oh, and I am at 99 subscribers, so if you like this video and would like to see more, I would really appreciate if you liked and subscribed, and we will see you next time. Thank you so much for watching, and that's a stack.